Hey everyone, and welcome to From Wall Street to Your Street, a podcast where we talk about money the way real people actually experience it. I'm your host, Ryan Flanders. Let me take a moment to introduce myself. I'm a financial advisor, a math nerd at heart, and for years I was also a coach on the ball field. Baseball, basketball, football, you name it. And what I've learned over time is this: coaching is coaching. Whether you're building a game plan for third or fourth graders or for retirement, the fundamentals still matter. So I decided to take a break from coaching sports so I could step into what I believe is an even more important role, and that's coaching people through financial literacy. Because while it's hard to find a great coach for youth sports, it's even harder to find someone who can guide you through the financial maze with patience, plain language, and a real strategy. This podcast is designed to be that kind of a coaching session. No jargon, no lectures, just a conversation about how we can better understand our own behavior around money and how that behavior impacts our ability to reach our goals. So here's the thing. Most people think investing is about finding the best stock or timing the market just right. And sure, investment selection matters. But the bigger threat to your portfolio is usually not the market. It's you. That might sound a little harsh, but stick with me. Because in my years of working with clients, from young families to retirees, I've seen that the most consistent drag on performance isn't fees or bad advice. It's emotional decision-making. It's fear. It's overconfidence. It's following the crowd. It's making the right move at the wrong time or the wrong move because you panicked at the right time. And that's where behavioral finance comes in. Over the next 8 weeks, we're going to dig into the real reasons that we make money decisions and how we can do better. We'll talk about investor biases, the psychology behind risk-taking, and why your brain sometimes works against your best financial interests. And if you're thinking, well, this probably isn't me, let me gently say this. It is. It's all of us, even professionals, even me. Before we dive into the biases that trip up even the smartest of investors, I want to take a quick step back and talk about your brain. Not metaphorically, I mean your actual brain. Because to understand why we make irrational investment decisions, we first have to understand how we're even wired. There's a model in behavioral science called the triune brain. It breaks our brain into 3 parts. First, there's the reptilian brain. This is your survival center. It controls breathing, heartbeat, temperature, the basics. Every animal with a spine has one. Then we have the mammalian brain. This is where our emotions live: love, fear, anger, joy. It also houses our fight or flight response. It's fast, instinctual, and very protective. And finally, there's the hominid brain, the part that makes us uniquely human. It's responsible for logic, language, reasoning, and yes, even investing. Now here's the kicker. When we're under emotional stress, like during a sharp market drop, blood flow actually drains from that rational part of the brain and flows into our emotional and survival centers. That's why you might freeze up during public speaking or go blank in a stressful situation. You're not imagining it, it's actually happening. And in that moment, you're literally not thinking as clearly. And in investing, that can be dangerous because emotions like fear or excitement can override logic, especially when the stakes feel high. But it doesn't take a full-on panic to trigger this. Even just remembering a past stressful moment can bring back that same emotional response and steer your decision-making before you even realize it. That's why behavioral finance matters. It's not just about understanding the market, it's about understanding yourself. And that brings us back to this series. So before we wrap up this first episode, let me share something that might surprise you. Even though I've made a career helping people make smart decisions with their money, I've made mistakes too. I've been burned chasing investments that promise fast results. I've struggled with budgeting. I've learned the hard way that discipline, and not quick wins, is what leads to long-term success. So this series, it's not me telling you what to do. It's about us exploring this together. Because once you understand what your brain wants to do with your money, you'll be better prepared to make sure that's not what it actually does. So thanks for tuning into this kickoff episode of From Wall Street to Your Street. I hope you'll stick with me for the next 7 weeks as we dive into some of the most common investor traps and how to outsmart them. Coming up next week, loss aversion. why the pain of losing money can feel twice as strong as the joy of gaining it, and how that emotional math leads to some pretty irrational decisions. I'll break it all down, share how we help clients stay grounded when the market gets bumpy. Until next time, I'm Ryan Flanders, and remember, investing isn't about perfection, it's about consistency, clarity, and knowing when to tune out the noise.